Gearheads know that some projects need so many parts, it feels like you need a whole storage unit just to store them. That's what eBay Motors' 122 million parts are for. Think of it as your virtual parts garage. They've always got the right fitment at the right prices. Use the eBay Motors app or visit ebaymotors.com. Let's ride.
This is the smell of the leftover tuna fish sandwich you left in your lunchbox over the weekend in a wimpy trash bag.
Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy!
Blech! And this is the smell of that same sandwich in a hefty, ultra-strong trash bag.
Hefty, hefty, hefty!
Ah, smell the difference? Hefty Ultra Strong has Arm & Hammer with continuous odor control, so no matter what's inside your trash, you can stay one step ahead of stinky. And for bigger jobs, try the superior strength of Hefty Large Black Bags.
So he's got this massive, massive pumpkin. He carves it out and sits down in it. And then look at this guy. He floats down the Missouri River. This is him. His name is Duane something or other. Look at the size of that. And there he is. He's got his life vest on, his little cooler, which serves as a seat, a paddle. There he is, floating down the Missouri River. Oh, my God. So I just love this story. Duane Hanson is his name. 60-year-old guy, and from what I'm told, he is a sweet, sweet man. So I did a little research. Was able to get his phone number. So, hello. Hey, Mr. Duane, how are you?
It's pretty good.
The folks from city of Bellevue passed your number along to me. My name's Eric, and I host a podcast. And congrats on your world record.
Thank you. Thank you.
You got a minute?
Yeah, I got a minute. I'm at work, but I can take a little bit of time here.
Oh, my God. Okay, so how many miles was it? 38 miles in the hollow?
38 even.
Okay. And you had known that this had been done before, so you saw it as an opportunity to try to set a record?
Yeah, well, I grew that pumpkin, and I just wanted to have, I didn't want just any world record pumpkin. I wanted to have it going down the river.
Oh, my God. So you're in that thing, and it looked very seaworthy from the pictures that I saw. Is that?
It is not. It's very, very, very tippy.
Wow. So as soon as you started, you realized this is going to be tough.
Yes. It was a lot more tippy than I thought it was going to be. I mean, you had to pay attention.
Yeah, right. I bet. So basically, you were like white knuckling it for a significant amount of time.
Well, I wouldn't say white knuckling it. I just didn't want to sink. It's hard to explain until you do it.
Right. Well, once you set a goal, you want to accomplish it.
Yes. It's been a goal of mine for, I don't know, 5-6 years. I talked to the lady that had the record, and I asked her some questions. I'm like, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. So
okay.
It took me that long just to get a pumpkin big enough.
Right. Yeah. You had to grow the right pumpkin. I mean, it has to be appropriate in order to do what it has to do.
Yes, it's tough growing giant pumpkins in Nebraska. It gets too hot.
Okay. So, but you did it, and you hollowed it out. You got into it, and then I would imagine that with the tippiness, there was a couple times maybe it took in a little water.
Oh yeah, I took in some water. There was boats on the river, and if they don't slow it down, them waves come at you. They're about 3-4 inches high, and you gotta. I put my paddle down, and you hold on to that pumpkin. You gotta ride them out. Because I'm only sitting
right
6 or 7 inches above the water line. So
wow, how long did it take you to go the 38 miles? Like the whole day, I'm guessing.
It was just about 12 hours. I was expecting 8 to 10 hours, but I was figuring the river at 4 miles an hour, and my phone said it was going 3.5 miles an hour, and that takes time, and there's just a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, it sounds like a lot of planning and luck goes into this.
A ton of planning, a lot of planning.
Jesus, it sounds like a funny thing, but at the same time, this was like an engineering marvel to pull this off, in my opinion.
I look back on it, and I got lucky a few times too. So I really did.
Real quick, the people of Bellevue, they just love you. You become like a darling of the city.
I hope somebody else tries it someday. They'll learn a lot of stuff.
Right.
If they go on a river like the Missouri, it's a big place. There's a lot of water out there.
Is there a Mrs. Hanson at home?
Oh yeah.
Okay. How did she feel about all this?
She was okay with it. She was in the boat, my rescue boat almost. She's okay with it. Her biggest deal is I spent all summer out there with Berta in the garden. I probably spent more time with Berta than with her.
Oh, okay. So, and your Berta is the pumpkin.
Yep, Berta's the pumpkin.
Okay.
Yep.
It takes a lot of ingredients to fix or build a car, like cooking, but without the frozen dinner easy way out. eBay Motors has 122 million parts. It's always the right fitment, so you can follow any recipe to a T. Whether it's a vintage Italian coupe that's classic like Grandma's meatballs, or a German luxury car that's as complicated as Oma's rouladen, to cook up something great in the garage, use the eBay Motors app or visit ebaymotors.com. Let's ride.
This is the smell of the leftover tuna fish sandwich you left in your lunchbox over the weekend in a wimpy trash bag.
Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy!
Blech! And this is the smell of that same sandwich in a hefty, ultra-strong trash bag.
Hefty, hefty, hefty!
Ah, smell the difference? Hefty Ultra Strong has Arm & Hammer with continuous odor control, so no matter what's inside your trash, you can stay one step ahead of stinky. And for bigger jobs, try the superior strength of Hefty Large Black Bags.
Now, you can't, when it comes to pumpkin growing, or as you say, pumpkin growing, once you put the seed in the ground, that isn't all there is to it. There's more to making that grow.
No, you actually start your pumpkin in like a greenhouse or a hothouse, whatever you want, whatever you got, probably March.
Okay.
First middle part of March, and then you get that pumpkin going 3 or 4 or 5 days, and you put it out in the ground, and you have your greenhouse built out there, and you have heat in the greenhouse and everything. That pumpkin's going.
Okay. Yeah.
And because you want to keep it 80, 85 degrees.
Wow. So
it's a process.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
It's an everyday thing.
And all the while, eyes on the prize. You were thinking this one might be the one to get me the record.
Well, yeah. Actually, I don't have a picture of it when it was a little bitty baby, and my sister does.
Okay.
And I'm going to have to get that off her phone, knowing it was about the size of a golf ball. She's got a picture of that.
Oh, my gosh. And from a golf ball to floating down the Missouri River.
Yes. It'd be kind of cool once I get these pictures all rounded up to have that little baby one, because there's a lot of pumpkins that you start that don't make it.
Okay.
Right. You not all of them make it.
Well,
most of them don't make it.
What were the folks from like? Was it a Guinness Book of World Records type of thing?
Do what now?
Was this a Guinness Book of World Records thing or just a local record?
No, it's a Guinness Book of World Records. I got in contact with them when Berta was probably 400 or 450 pounds. I thought, this might be the one. And I had to get the go-ahead from them before I try this.
Yeah, right.
And there's a ton of documentation that you need to make this legal. And I think we got it. My sister and my daughter both were involved in this documentation stuff.
Wow.
And I think actually my daughter will be sending that stuff in probably today or tonight or tomorrow. One of the three. So.
I'm getting a question from the audience, Duane. Where is the pumpkin now?
It's sitting back at my house, in front of the house. I said bye to her this morning when I went to work.
Oh my gosh!
I'm serious, I did.
What is your day job? Is it? On the side, you're growing pumpkins.
I work for a power company, and I'm in charge of pushing coal to feed the power plant.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're keeping the lights on for the people.
That's right. That's right.
Well, Duane, this is great. Now what? I mean, you've already accomplished this.
Well, you know what? My daughter, I'm gonna kick this around a little bit. What her idea is?
Yeah.
She must be crazier than me. She wants me to have a pumpkin big enough that me and her can fit in it and go down the river.
Oh, a 2-person father-daughter pumpkin adventure.
I'm not sure if there's even a Guinness record for that because I think it would be tough.
Wow.
Because it's a balance thing.
Okay.
So you'd have to cooperate perfectly.
Well, is there any limit to the size? I mean,
that if something else happens, that'll be it.
Okay. Well, you know what?
I don't know.
This is a gigantic story, Duane, and everybody's talking about it, so I'm sure I'll see it. I'll keep following you, and best of luck to you, okay? I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me, okay?
I don't mind. Thanks for calling.
All right, Duane. See you, buddy.
You bet.
Bye-bye. There you go. That is the one and only Duane Hanson. A legend. Are you kidding me? Hollows out an enormous pumpkin and floats down the Missouri River. Absolutely spectacular. Oh, he was great, too. He's loving this. I mean, he's loving the attention. Man, good for Duane. Good for Duane.
It takes a lot of ingredients to fix or build a car, like cooking, but without the frozen dinner easy way out. eBay Motors has 122 million parts. It's always the right fitment, so you can follow any recipe to a T. Whether it's a vintage Italian coupe that's classic like Grandma's meatballs or a German luxury car that's as complicated as Oma's rouladen, to cook up something great in the garage, use the eBay Motors app or visit ebaymotors.com. Let's ride.
This is the smell of the leftover tuna fish sandwich you left in your lunchbox over the weekend in a wimpy trash bag.
Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy!
Blech! And this is the smell of that same sandwich in a hefty, ultra-strong trash bag.
Hefty, hefty, hefty!
Ah, smell the difference? Hefty Ultra Strong has Arm & Hammer with continuous odor control, so no matter what's inside your trash, you can stay one step ahead of stinky. And for bigger jobs, try the superior strength of Hefty Large Black Bags.